Good evening, my name is Alex, and today I'm going to talk to you a bit about web apps, web applications, and specifically mobile applications. A lot of people these days have mobile phones, smartphones, and they have at least a couple of mobile applications. So I'm going to talk to you a bit about what they're about and behind the scenes how they work. The first thing I want to talk to you about is just the growth of mobile phones, that the apps these days and mobile phones in general are growing at a rate of 8 times faster than desktop applications did back in the 1990s. These days there's about 1 in 10 searches which are done through a mobile device, and there are about 10 billion apps that have been downloaded currently from the Apple iPhone store. So there are 3 main ways to code for a mobile application. The first one is a native application. Each application, whether it's an Android device or an Apple device, has a programming language which is specific to that device. So you have to program in that application for that device, which means it's one programming language for one device, one purpose. If you wanted to have multiple devices, you have to program and reprogram the thing multiple times. The advantages are usually speed, accessibility to the phone's internal organs, for example, the GPS, the camera, and so forth, and offline capabilities. A lot of consideration these days for web mobile applications is to make sure that it's also accessible when you're connected to the internet and when you're not connected to the internet. The second choice is HTML. HTML is a programming markup language which is very popular with most applications on the web these days, and they can be used on a mobile device as well, but they don't have access to the GPS systems or any of the native applications, or native features I should say, of the mobile device. The advantage of using an HTML application is that you only need to code it once and it can be used on any device. And there's a hybrid, which is a mix of both worlds, where you have sometimes a wrapper around the HTML application and you can access some of the phone's features. So what are the reasons why you would choose one or the other? If you already have a website, for example, for your existing personal use or for your company, you wouldn't necessarily want to choose another HTML application. You might want to go for a native. How the application would be used is important if you're going to be on the road versus at home. Making sure you follow the user interface conventions is an important factor when you're deciding how to build your application. And what's interesting is these days, because the phone is so small, you're designing for a smaller interface, which is interesting compared to back in the day where there was an eager desire to have applications take up more space and for standards to increase, and now we're going to a point where we're getting smaller and smaller. Some interesting other factors to keep into consideration is general updates, connecting to servers for gathering information, your budget, whether you're going to drain the battery life, and so forth. What's interesting to know is that Facebook, for example, recently switched their application from HTML5 to native in order to compensate for speed. The future of mobile apps is an interesting one. I think the growth has only started. Trends show that mobile adoption is growing, faster than ever before. And with technologies like near field communication, you can have applications like Google Wallet, which allows you to pay for things with your phone. You also have the options to use your phone as your house keys to control the temperature in your house when you're away from home and so forth. And the cutting edge stuff is wearable applications. So Google has the iPhone glasses, or Google has glasses, and the Apple has the watch that's coming out. So very interesting trends to look forward to. Thanks.